This dashcam footage shows stolen Dutch cars driving recklessly, weaving in and out of lanes. Suddenly, one of them crashes into the back of a vehicle, causing a bad accident. After one of the cars crashes, the other driver reverses on the highway to pick up his friend. They then proceed to flee the scene in another stolen Dutch vehicle, as you now see. In this clip, there is an accident that occurred due to a blocked view. Unfortunately, the driver of the cam car suffered from burns on his forearm and bruises on his chest from the deployment of the airbag and the seat belt respectively. I'm wishing them full recovery. This dashcam footage shows an accident involving a Corvette that loses control and crashes into the light pole. The dashcam footage captures a black car crossing an intersection in front of the vehicle, recording the incident when suddenly another car from the turn lane collides with it, causing a significant impact. The collision caused the black car to veer off and crash into another vehicle head-on, resulting in an unfortunate day for all three drivers and any passengers involved. Always be vigilant while driving, especially when approaching intersections. We are now watching two cars in front of the cam car move at a steady speed at a distance. However, later on, a car coming from the opposite direction slams into the silver minivan in front of it, and then the blue car right behind it. As the cam car approaches the site of the crash, we can see the twisted and distorted body of the third car that caused the head-on collision. Then the two men from the blue car can be seen getting out to inspect the scenario. The dashcam footage shows a driver navigating snowy and icy road conditions. Although the driver briefly loses control of the vehicle, they were able to regain control and stop the car without incident. Additionally, the video also captures a broken down Tesla parked on the right lane. It's important for drivers to exercise caution in adverse weather conditions to avoid accidents. The dashcam footage shows a potentially dangerous situation where a car skids and turns towards oncoming traffic on a slippery road due to rain. The car barely misses colliding with a large truck that was beside it. The driver got out of the situation with minimal damage, which was really good for him. In the footage, we can see that the car is driving at a very high speed in heavy traffic, leaving little time for other vehicles to yield. This created a dangerous situation for the driver and other road users, but thankfully no one was injured. Always follow speed limits and drive with caution to avoid accidents and potential legal consequences. In this clip, we see a woman who attempts to reverse out of her parking space, but mistakenly accelerates forward instead, colliding with a nearby parking pole. The entire incident was captured on the dashcam of the car parked next to hers. It's important to remember to always stay focused on the road and avoid distractions to prevent accidents. We can see in the footage that the driver was driving in the right-hand lane when a car pulled in front of him, obscuring his view. As a result, the driver was unable to move in time and ran over the tire piece. The undercarriage thud loudly as the obstacle hits the undercarriage with a loud thud. Fortunately, there were no major damages to the car, and everybody in the car was alright. The footage shows that the snow plow recklessly drove into the turn lane of the car, almost causing a crash. It was not fully explained why the snow plow didn't bother to move out of the way of the oncoming vehicle. Fortunately, the driver handled the situation perfectly and no one got hurt. The dashcam footage captured shows a car passing a pickup truck on the highway. However, it turns out that the driver of the pickup truck was an undercover police officer. The car that bypassed the pickup must have regretted doing so. This is an example of why you should never overtake random cars on the highway. The dashcam footage reveals a Volkswagen bug crossing 5 lanes of traffic from a restaurant parking lot. It jumped the curb next to the road and hit 2 parked cars, then crossing a parking lot and hitting 2 more cars and almost a building. The airbags deployed and fortunately no one was seriously injured. The situation could have been much worse. Dashcam captures the footage of an unfortunate accident at a roundabout. The red car was speeding and entered the roundabout without acknowledging its surroundings or signaling to the car coming from the other lane. Luckily, no one got hurt. The dashcam footage was recorded by a car waiting at a red light. As the white car moved slowly across the intersection, a red car sped by and nearly collided with it. The driver of the red car appeared to be in a rush and failed to check for traffic from the opposite direction. Luckily, a collision was avoided at the last moment. This dashcam footage captures a frightening incident in which a grey car turned left from a side lane, causing a collision with the cam car that was driving straight. Unfortunately, this resulted in serious injuries for the driver, who suffered long-term back injuries and was unable to walk for some time. I hope the driver has fully recovered from their injuries and is doing well now. This footage captures a potentially dangerous incident on the road involving a Tesla Model 3 and a white van. According to the video, the white van appears to have attempted to overtake the Tesla. Later in the video, we can see the van also tried to block the Tesla along the way. Fortunately, no severe damages were reported by the owner of the Tesla. The car was driving down the road at a normal speed when a car suddenly jumped out from the sidewalk and collided with the car. The impact resulted in damage to the car's windshield and wing. The dashcam of a car captured a near-miss accident involving an SUV taking a wrong turn without warning, catching the other car's driver off guard and almost causing a collision. From the video, we can observe that the car, which was recording the incident, approached an intersection and started moving straight ahead, when suddenly the car on the right made turn to the left and collided with the recording car. Fortunately, no injuries were reported, and both vehicles sustained only minor damage. Despite the car with the dashcam maintaining a safe distance from the vehicle in the front, the driver was unable to stop due to being distracted by the presence of a dog near the road. It's important for drivers to remain vigilant at all times. The damage was significant, by the way. The video depicts a dangerous incident where the driver was attempting to overtake another vehicle, but then they lose control of the wheels on the highway due to slippery road and crash into the side. One should always be careful while driving in certain weather conditions, and it was reckless of the driver to take a chance at speeding on a frosty road. The video reveals that the motorcyclist was traveling at an excessive speed and was unable to stop when traffic came to a halt due to a traffic signal. The impact of the collision was severe, resulting in damage to the car as well as to the front of the motorcycle. Then the rider decides to take off in no time without any visible signs of remorse. And a conversation is taking place now.
Actually, we're moving. I was just involved in a rear-end collision with a motorcycle, but the motorcycle just took off.
Okay, you starting, please?
Yeah, we're on 95.
Hold on for say please. Hold on.
All right.
This hit and run behavior is not only dangerous and irresponsible, but also illegal. The dashcam footage shows two cars, one red and the other black. The red car was being driven responsibly at a safe speed, while the black car exhibited reckless and aggressive behavior. In an attempt to overtake the red car, the driver of the black car violated traffic rules and swerved into the opposite lane, almost colliding head-on with an approaching truck. In a panic, the driver of the black car quickly turned right, colliding into the side of the red car before driving away. The footage shows that the car with the dashcam was moving along fine in its lane and was supposed to enter the intersection when a white Renault forcefully entered the lane. It changed the lane without any warning and caused a hazard for the car behind it. Though the situation was handled and none of the cars sustained any damage, it could have turned serious if the other driver was not so careful. Later, the driver was found and was fined for not paying attention while changing lanes and was sent to court. It's important to always be aware of other vehicles on the road and make sure to change lanes in a proper way. We can see a car approaching a truck in the video captured by the dashcam. The car overtook the vehicle with the dashcam and entered the lane right next to the truck with the intent of overtaking it. However, it did not sit well with the truck driver and he increased the speed to corner the car and push it back. The car refused to give up and tried another time to overtake from the other side of the car, to which the truck driver responded by ramming the car to the boundary of the road. Both vehicles are at fault here and people should be more composed and aware while driving. In this clip we see a snowy road, and this black car loses control on the slippery road caused by snowfall while attempting to change lanes, resulting in the vehicle spinning out of control, and another vehicle failed to notice the situation and attempted to pass the spinning car, resulting in a serious collision with the rear of the car and significant damage to its body. These types of accidents can be avoided by exercising more caution and attentiveness on the road, especially in hazardous weather conditions. And thank you for watching.